In the bustling city of Luminara, where the skyline was a collage of gleaming spires and holographic billboards, Julia wandered through the throngs of people, all seemingly busy with their technologically entwined lives. Her own life, a blend of mundane tasks and digital notifications, had begun to weigh on her until a peculiar message caught her eye one evening. Discover the 7 behaviors of higher consciousness. Curious, Julia attended the seminar that promised not only an escape from the incessant noise of daily life, but also a pathway to a deeper understanding of existence. The room was filled with individuals from all walks of life, each seeking something beyond the superficiality of their routine lives. The speaker, a serene woman named Alara, stood calmly in front of a tranquil holographic backdrop of a forest at sunrise. "Welcome," Alara began, her voice soothing yet penetrating. "You are here because you seek transformation, an elevation from the noise to the symphony of higher consciousness. Today, we embark on a journey through the 7 behaviors that can lead us there." Julia listened intently as Alara outlined the behaviors. Mindful awareness. We start by cultivating an ongoing attention to our present moment, fully engaging with our experiences without judgment. This awareness builds the foundation for all higher consciousness. Authentic living. To live authentically, we must align our actions with our true selves, discarding the masks we wear for society's sake. This congruence creates harmony within. Intuitive wisdom. Each of us possesses an inner wisdom, often silenced by the cacophony of logic and societal expectations. Trusting this intuition connects us to our higher selves. Compassionate being. Compassion extends beyond empathy. It is an active desire to alleviate the suffering of others, seeing their pain as our own, and responding with kindness. Gratitude practice. In gratitude, we find a profound appreciation for the present. This behavior shifts our focus from what we lack to the abundance that surrounds us. Unified connection. We are all interconnected through the unseen threads of existence. Recognizing and embracing these connections fosters a sense of unity with all beings. Joyful celebration. Joy is not just a fleeting emotion, but a state of being that celebrates the beauty and mystery of life, even in its simplest forms. As the seminar concluded, Julia felt a stirring within her, a spark that seemed to have been ignited by Alara's words. She left the seminar with a booklet, a guide to integrating these behaviors into daily life, and a newfound sense of purpose. The city around her hadn't changed, but her perception of it had transformed. She noticed the colors of the sunset reflecting off the glass buildings, the laughter of children playing in the park, and the quiet moments of reflection seen in the faces of passers-by. Determined to delve deeper, Julia decided to dedicate herself to exploring each behavior, starting with mindful awareness. Each day, she practiced being fully present, whether she was eating, walking, or simply breathing. This practice gradually peeled away the layers of habitual distraction, revealing a world rich with detail and vibrancy. One afternoon, as Julia sat in the park observing the natural rhythm of life around her, she realized how disconnected she had once been. It wasn't just about unplugging from technology, but reconnecting with the essence of life itself. Her journey had only just begun, but she felt a profound connection to the path she was now on. As the first behavior slowly transformed her perspective and interactions, Julia grew eager to explore the next, authentic living. She knew this path wouldn't be easy, but the promise of true self-alignment and the subsequent peace it brought was too enticing to ignore. Thus, as the first chapter of her journey closed, Julia prepared to step further into the exploration of higher consciousness, ready to unravel the layers of her own being, and perhaps in the process, find a way to contribute to the world in a manner she had never imagined. DB, Julia's exploration of mindful awareness, had opened her eyes to the rich tapestry of the present moment, making her more attuned to her own reactions and the environment around her. Empowered by this new perspective, she now faced the challenge of integrating the second behavior, authentic living. With the city of Luminara as her backdrop, Julia began to notice how often her actions were influenced by expectations, those of her colleagues, friends, and even strangers on the street. She realized she had been playing various roles, each tailored to fit a particular situation, rarely expressing her true self. One morning, she decided to start small by choosing to wear clothes that truly reflected her personal style rather than the latest fashion trends deemed appropriate by her peers. As she walked into her office dressed in vibrant, eclectic layers that she had always admired but never dared to wear, she felt a mixture of vulnerability and liberation. The reaction from her coworkers was mixed. Some gave curious glances, while others complimented her bold choice. Each reaction was a test, a moment for Julia to stand firm in her authenticity. Emboldened by this first step, Julia next turned her attention to her work as a digital marketing strategist. She began to question the campaigns she was part of, considering whether they aligned with her values. This led to a pivotal meeting with her team, where she expressed her desire to shift towards projects that promoted sustainability and social responsibility. Her ideas were initially met with skepticism, but her genuine passion and the detailed research she presented gradually won her team over. As she moved through her day-to-day interactions, Julia made it a point to speak her truth, even in small matters like choosing a restaurant for lunch or sharing her real opinions during casual conversations. Each act of authenticity seemed to peel away another layer of the facade she had built up over the years. However, the path was not without its difficulties. Being true to herself sometimes meant declining invitations to events she found uninteresting or stepping back from relationships that felt superficial. Some friends drifted away, unable to connect with the new Julia, while others deepened their bonds with her, appreciating her honesty and vulnerability. Through these experiences, Julia learned that authentic living was not just about making grand gestures, but also about the myriad small choices that shaped her daily life. It was about aligning these choices with her deepest values and desires, creating a life that felt genuinely hers. Months passed, and as Julia grew more comfortable in her authentic self, she felt a profound sense of peace. She realized that living authentically did not mean she no longer faced challenges or doubts, but that she now encountered these with a core of truth and strength that she had not possessed before. With a more authentic foundation, Julia felt prepared to explore the next behavior, intuitive wisdom. She sensed that this next phase would challenge her further, asking her to trust in her inner voice, even when it led her away from the familiar paths and into new territories of thought and action. As the second chapter of her journey concluded, Julia reflected on the transformation so far. She had begun to forge a life that truly reflected who she was, and in doing so, found a deeper connection to herself and to those around her who appreciated her genuineness. Now, more than ever, she was ready to delve into the deeper, often mysterious realms of intuition. Having established a firm grounding in mindful awareness and taken significant strides in living authentically, Julia found herself at the threshold of the third behavior, intuitive wisdom. This stage promised to deepen her connection with her inner self, guiding her through the subtler, often overlooked whispers of intuition. In the vibrant city of Luminara, amidst its constant flow of data and dialogue, Julia learned to quiet her mind and listen more closely to her inner voice. She began by dedicating time each morning to meditate, a practice that helped filter out the noise of her external world and amplify the softer tones of her intuition. During these sessions of quietude, Julia noticed fleeting thoughts and feelings that seemed to arise from nowhere. These inklings, she realized, were her intuition speaking, a guidance system that had been muted by her previously unceasing rational mind and external influences. With a newfound respect for these intuitive nudges, Julia started to act on them in her daily life. One such instance occurred when she felt a strong, inexplicable pull to visit a small local art gallery during her lunch break. Though it deviated from her usual routine, she followed the impulse. There, amidst the myriad of abstract paintings, she encountered an old friend from college, Miriam, who was now the gallery curator. This chance meeting rekindled a valuable friendship that brought new opportunities for both professional collaboration and personal growth. Encouraged by such experiences, Julia's confidence in her intuitive decisions grew. She found herself making choices that felt right, even if they didn't always make sense logically. This included taking on projects that aligned more deeply with her values, even when they seemed less lucrative or prestigious. Each successful outcome reinforced her trust in her intuition, teaching her that it was a reliable compass. However, relying on intuition was not always straightforward or easy. There were times when Julia's intuition led her to make decisions that were met with resistance or misunderstanding from others. On one occasion, she decided to end a lucrative contract with a client whose business practices became misaligned with her ethical standards. While this decision was financially disadvantageous in the short term, it profoundly aligned with her personal integrity, reinforcing her commitment to authentic living and intuitive guidance. As Julia's journey into intuitive wisdom unfolded, she realized that this behavior was not about always being right, but about being true to her inner guidance, which fostered a deeper understanding and acceptance of herself. This alignment brought an unexpected sense of freedom and clarity that permeated all aspects of her life. With mindful awareness, authentic living, and intuitive wisdom shaping her path, Julia felt a profound inner peace and confidence that she carried into her interactions and decisions. She was no longer just reacting to the world, but was actively co-creating her reality with a clear sense of purpose and insight. As she prepared to explore the next behavior, compassionate being, Julia felt equipped and eager to extend the understanding and acceptance she had cultivated within herself towards others. She anticipated that this new phase would challenge her to deepen her empathy and actively contribute to the well-being of those around her, transforming her journey from an inward exploration to an outward expression of love and service. Thus, as the third chapter of her transformative journey concluded, Julia was not only more attuned to the depths of her own spirit, but also ready to engage with the world in more meaningful and compassionate ways.